Hello everyone. My name is Lisa Graham, and I am also running for SGA president as well. And I too would like to take the SGA to new heights. Common knowledge that the majority of the SGA board, cabinet, and legislature is dominated by one fraternity and their friends. Keeping the same organization in student government is reinforcing a status quo. I feel that I am best qualified for this position because of my previous experience in organizing students. I started an organization on campus that basically advocates for students' rights, and I am also the vice president of the statewide organization that I previously mentioned, which is a student union. And I feel like I'm really qualified to lead the students, not just because I'm a good leader, but because I'm open, I talk to people, I reach out to organizations and listen to their needs, and that's what I build a large part of my platform off of. All the other student governments across the state are a part of the statewide student union called NJUS, and this union advocates for students by asking for lower tuition, by lobbying. And so I would like to plug this student government into that organization and start actually representing students. This statewide organization is really gaining prestige. It lobbies, it's having a coordinated statewide event, and it's also plugged in with a nationwide organization representing students. So I will also work with that. I have connections across the state, and I have connections even beyond that. The organization that I'm associated with is Students for a Democratic Society, and basically that organization stands for promoting a democratic society. I would just like to challenge the whole idea that one can be unbiased in their duties and responsibilities, and I would like to challenge the necessity for that, because I think that if someone feels a need for something, you have to promote it. And my bias is towards democracy. My bias is towards giving students a voice. It's towards free speech. It's towards allowing organizations to achieve their full potential. I will adhere to this bias 100% if I get elected president. I will bring about change. I want to change the whole structure of the SGA. I want to change the whole meaning of it.
Educational institutions are often places where we are silenced instead of given voice, where the status quo is often perpetuated. And that's why it's important to join organizations on campus, like Spectrum's Femvolution, Students for a Democratic Society, Speaking Through Silence, The Planet. What we gotta do though is we gotta work together and organize people to do things.
I really want to get the SGA involved on certain struggles that students are experiencing, which the SGA doesn't seem to be taking very seriously right now. I would like to do this by making it more active. I want the SGA to finally start taking a stance on issues that affect all students, like tuition and student debt. I also think by doing this, by making the SGA take on issues instead of just organizing events, I feel like this will better unify the students. Because when students are unified over an issue, they're more dedicated, they feel that connection, and when it's just an event, that's something you can come and go to, but I'm in support of events as well, but I feel like the SGA really needs to be more active on issues. Another thing I want to do is I want to make it easier for organizations, especially new organizations lower classes, and for Greeks. I plan on doing this by getting rid of the class system. Basically, it's going to allow lower organizations to not have limitations on how much money they have. If they're truly trying to organize a good event and if they can prove that to the appropriations committee, then they should not have a limit on their budgets. Keep in mind, abolishing the class system does not mean getting rid of the appropriations committee, does not mean getting rid of the processes that determine which organizations or how organizations get money. The organizations will still come to the committee and look at the organization's history, they will look at the event and the practicality of the money they're asking for, and then they'll pass it. Basically what I'm saying is with taking away the class system is there won't be limitations on the lower organizations. Student government budget is $1 million and they only spent half of that. So there's no reason more money can't go around to more organizations. I also want to democratize the SGA legislature. I think that getting 150 signatures is more popularity contest, it's really easy to go around the cafeteria and get people to sign your petition without them even, excuse me, without them even knowing what you stand for. And I think by having elections, it'll make legislators have to develop their own platform, have to think through what their stance is on things, and it would have to make them have to follow through with those platforms and be accountable for their roles as legislators. And you might argue, since the legislature is not full right now, that this seems kind of like frivolous, but my other ideas with the SGA 5, making it more active and getting more people involved because I'll bring relevant issues to the table, will hopefully make the SGA more of a competitive place where people will be competing to be legislators, and where legislature will be a prestige position. What I would like to change with Sodexo is the rule they have with organizations, where organizations have to use Sodexo for their events, unless it's Second Food or a pop-up. I think it's wrong that Sodexo should make money off of the organization's events. And the other thing I'd like to do with Sodexo is their contract is being reviewed in 2013. I want to make sure the students are aware of the process, they know what's going on, and that they have a voice in this process. Sodexo exploits its workers and makes money off of exploiting its workers. The cheaper food is, the more they exploit their workers. So Sodexo is a very corrupt corporation. I have a history of challenging the administration, and that doesn't just mean criticizing it. It doesn't just mean pressuring it. It means looking at the structures and thinking critically about them. I will work closely with the administration, but I will do so in a way that challenges them and pushes them to be accountable for their positions.
As you should know, student debt will reach $1 trillion this April. The decisions you make are directly affect students and are a direct cause of student debt crisis. Students are an investment. I plead you to not throw our future away.
That's exactly what I have been doing with the administration with Student Cole. And I've been doing this with a variety of tactics, from power tactics to writing letters. I've been a leader for several years now. I train people to organize. I'm good at mobilizing students and getting issues out there to students. I know a hot issue right now is the whole issue about students not being allowed to speak at the Board of Trustees meeting. I helped bring that issue out into the open, and now almost everyone knows about it. It's a huge platform point for the BOT candidates. I feel like if I didn't bring that issue out into the open, no one would be talking about it, and nothing would change. I believe that there is a need for drastic change within the student government. Right now, a lot of students do not feel that the student government does anything important. A lot of the general students, if you ask people if they vote, they don't even know anything about elections. They don't understand why they should vote. And I just want to leave you with this final message that I want to make the SGA more important to students, so that voting is even more important in the years to come, and that students actually care about what the SGA does.